see you. So can you please send your some way, somehow God makes a way. So keep on believing. He said if you're convicted about your cause, your mission, your plans, and get on with it. Don't let it deter you, as I've been saying, don't let anything or anyone deter you from achieving whatever purpose that you set before you. But I know, let's say welcome once again to the program. Can I get some? Now we've got Mr. Lightning Quake, so we're going to be crossing over to Nigeria, where he is at the moment and already to smash it. Don't know how, but you don't know how. Okay, Starr, ready? You okay? So let's cross over to the southwestern part of Nigeria, where we have Mr. Lightning Quake, who is all seated and ready for us. Yomi, good morning to you.
A very good morning to you back in the studio in London. Good morning to all our listeners from around the globe. Good morning to all our followers on different platforms. I say good morning and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. The 9th day of July 2021, as we're going to be taking you through the global top trend. But for now, it's coming up to some of those news and the headlines coming out of Nigeria this morning. I'm reporting from the southwest of the country, and I say a very good morning to you back in London in the studio.
Yes, how are you doing, sir?
Well, it's thank God it's Friday, and that's kind of a kind of something that we say back for those of us receiving our pay packet every Friday, and for those that are receiving it on a monthly basis, we still say thank God it's Friday. Friday tends to be the day off, where people happening on the ground here in the southwest of the country. But as long as the life is available, and as long as you believe in your mission and your cause, and as long as you believe that you can turn things around, you ignore all those rumors, the allegations, and you focus, because that is the only one word that I keep on saying to myself. You remain focused and you remain steadfast, and I'm sure you will conquer, just like the other part of the globe and different people have done in the past. It could be difficult right now, but I can only say we're staying very strong back here in the southwest of the country.
Okay, listeners, that is Mr. Lightning Quake for you, bringing you updates from Nigeria. But now, let's go to some of the stories that is making the rounds. And topmost in that story is the statement by the federal or the presidency pertaining to the invasion of Sunday Igboho's residence, where they are saying that they are happy with it. They don't see anything wrong with that. We're going to be looking into that story. But Yomi, what is that story about? Why are they saying that they are happy about whatever they've done? No, I mean, they don't care about how the temperature in the country at the moment. What is that about?
Well, once again, good morning. Yes, that is coming out from the spokesman of the president, Femi Adesina, that believes that, whatever must have happened at the residence of, Chief Sunday Igboho's house, and the rearrest of the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and those other elements as well. According to what he said, and this is his own word, says, presidency justifies raid on Igboho's resident, persecution of the secessionists. We have security challenges, very severe ones, no doubt, and those challenges are being frontally confronted, with the criminals being sent to God to account for their crimes. That is kind of a statement that probably may be part of what we've been saying, that the attack, which was about a week ago at the house of someone like Chief Sunday Igboho, was an assassination attempt. I mean, if the spokesman of the president is saying that criminals are being sent to God, I'm not sure, someone like Chief Sunday Igboho is the criminal, that a lot of us, and the international community might want to look at. And while I was looking at that, I was also quickly able to look at the situation as an example where criminals are still operating with impunity, right here in Nigeria, without any kind of repercussion to that. And that takes me to the incident of the school children that were adopted or kidnapped rather on Monday. And this is the headline saying the Baptist school student, the parents are now panicked as the bandit threatened starvation, now had to raise money to buy foodstuff being demanded by the adopter as well. Not just that alone, let's look at some of the latest incident. As at yesterday, Yobe community were going into where the Boko Haram were not just moving with a normal vehicle. According to the story, they were moving with an armored vehicle as well. I'm looking at the situation from Kaduna before I come back again to you in the studio. Yesterday,
Okay, yeah.
bandits daring storm the Ungunwa Gambia suburb area of Kaduna City, kidnapped 10 people. The youth rose in protest. This has become a daily occurrence. Is the security and where are the security agents? So if Femi Adesina is saying that we are sending criminals to God, it makes it now that they were intentionally an assassination attempt at the house of Chief Sunday Igboho last week, Thursday, 1st of July.
I will not disagree with you there because that is not a statement I would say somebody's thought through, weighed the pros and the cons before making it. Because is it legal for you to do that? Was the person arming themselves with the person with a group of people who are attacking localities and kidnapping them and destroying properties and stuff like that? None. So if a spokesperson for the president comes to sign a statement, then I beg to say that he didn't think it through properly before making that. But I know that you might have a different view from what I'm saying. Feel free, post it, and we will make sure that we let the world know what you are saying there as well. But it is already okay. So let me in the southwestern part of Nigeria, bringing you updates from Nigeria. Over to you, Yomi, with other stories.
Well, once again, it is the Friday edition of the Starr Radio UK Morning Show. Once again, if you're sending money home to your loved ones, remember to use, the send waves, and remember to quote, the Starr Radio UK code as well. I picked up a news, from one of the dailies, and this headline says, Nigeria democracy may collapse before 2023, according to the UK government warns. We've been following, the response of the international community in line with so many, atrocity of the genocide, the kidnapping, the hunger, the starvation, the instability in the country. And as of today, Nigeria is owing, huge amount of money as well. So the headline says, Nigerian democracy may collapse before 2023, the UK government warns as well. Pastors are now endangered species, according to the Christian Association of Nigeria. I've read that article yesterday. I will touch a little bit on that again today. But before we go into that, there was a tragedy as a train is about 705 naira to a pound. That is making that very strained for businesses. It's making more poverty as well. And the reps is now taking a move to address the fall in naira inflation. That is coming from the airline as well. FIRS, which is equivalent to the HRMC that you might talk about in Nigeria, in UK, moves to recover 1.8 trillion naira from multi-choice. A lot of people might not know what multi-choice is all about, but multi-choice is similar to you having your Sky or your that's for those of us in England, or your that's for those of us in England and other part of the country, so that's equivalent to that. So multi-choice, FRRS, Federal Inland Revenue is now trying to recover Federal Inland Revenue is now trying to recover 1.8 trillion naira. How were they able to allow the staggering amount of money? Multi-choice is owned, by one of the South African franchise, if I believe, but That's quite a lot of money, and you would have expect, such money would have been useful as well. Let me now touch on the headline coming out from the Christian Association of Nigeria. It was quite a lot of statement released, yesterday. I've also been able to pick up, some of the other churches as well that are now speaking out, not just on the situation, in the country, but also, speaking against, the raid assassination attempt on Chief Sunday Igboho's home, on Thursday. According to what we have here, the Christian Association of Nigeria, also known as CAN, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to reverse the ugly trend where pastors in the country were fast becoming an endangered species under his government. The Christian body urged the president to, without delay, deploy military and police intervention to rescue Reverend Popwola David Kayode of the Calvary Baptist Church, Kumi Masha in Kaduna State, who was abducted by unknown gunmen on Tuesday, 6th of July 2021. This came as a 7-day fasting and prayer section involving Christians and non-Christians all over the world has been declared to seek God's intervention to end all forms of attack, help government to be sensitive to ordeals and yearnings of the people, release everyone in the captivity of the bandit and terrorists. Also, they talked about, some other issues as well. The statement read to us, we believe that the freedom of the pastor is litmus test for the service. Chiefs, especially the new chief of Army Starr. It is not the first time that, Christians and non-Christians have been kidnapped, and you can just see that the trend of kidnapping has become, according to the Christian Association of Nigeria, as an endangered species as well. Let's go into some of those other headlines, and I'm going to come back again to you in the studio. Sunday Igboho's allies arrested in illegal night raid have now sued the Secret Service as well. Yesterday, the legal representatives, of those 12 individuals still in the hands of the DSS have now put in a legal case to the Federal High Court in Abuja, to allow the DSS, to bring those 12 individuals, to the court so that, they can be able to have a better understanding of why they are being kept without any Adeshokwe has said Yoruba leaders should stand up and speak against the manhunt for Yoruba Nation agitator and activist Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, by the Department of State Security Services known as DSS. The DSS operatives invaded Igboho's residence in Soka in Ibadan on the 1st of July 2021, where 2 people were killed and the bodies are still, in the hands. Where 2 people were killed and the bodies are still, in the hands of the DSS or the federal government. While is government doing this? Yoruba leaders should stand up and speak against this oppression and intimidation. Leaders should stand up and speak against this oppression and intimidation. Sunday Igboho should not be left alone, because arresting him or anybody in any part of Oodua land will change the ball game. His safety is paramount to Yorubas. Adeshokwe said this at a press briefing yesterday as well. Also, there is a new development for those 49 people that have been arrested in Lagos during the Lagos rally as well. Those individuals are also, from the statement released yesterday, are going through, the process of getting them out as well. Buhari has no moral authority to go after Sunday Igboho. He led a delegation of herdsmen to meet with Lam Adesina on the 13th of October 2000. To intimidate him, he encouraged his followers to defend their vote with the term rig and roast. This is taking us back just before this government came in 2015. In 2000, this current president took himself to Ibadan, to discuss about why the Fulanis that were killing and maiming in the part of the southwest, in terms of their representatives. So a video has popped up to remind so many of us, some of those words and terms used as well. I'll take one more, then come back again to you in the studio. Again, from the headline here, again, if you silent Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, others will rise. This is coming from PFN, advised Buhari government. The Bishop Francis Wale Oke, the national president of the Pentecost Fellowship of Nigeria, has now appealed to the federal government of Nigeria under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari not to silence the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and also the Yoruba activist Sunday Adeyemo, aka Igboho. This he was, discussing, in a statement at Mowe in Ogun State, the southwest of the country, yesterday. It seems, according to OK, urged the Buhari government to practice good governance, equity as means of resolving the agitations across Nigeria, adding that agitations will never stop and others will rise if Kanu and Igboho are silent. The bishop spoke while addressing the press conference on the state of the nation at the redemption camp of Redeemed Christian Church of God in Mowe in Ogun State yesterday. OK says, we appeal to the government to make sure that there is equity, participation, and representation in the governances by the people. Until that is done, agitation will never.
Welcome back, listeners. It is Mr. Olaimi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. Yes, and it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Mr. Fangeli is getting seated. While he's seated, we'll go to him for his greetings as well and his remarks about what we have talked about so far. But Yomi, personally, my concern has been the statement that is coming from colleagues. I don't want to put a particular trust there, but people of high esteem people in the Yoruba nation. Let me put it that way. Okay. Now, what has the government said so far about that? Because we see the government coming to justify and yes, it's good that we invaded that house. The people who have been killed, I mean, they are saying that, well, we are sending them to God. But the problem is they are not looking at the problem itself to solve. They are rather going after the small issues that is not actually playing a role. But if care is not taken, that is going to turn into a mountain. So with this statement that is coming from these authorities in the Yoruba land, what has been government's reaction to that?
Well, the government, from what we said earlier, in terms of what Femi Adesina, said, in terms of the government is justified for what they've done, and then they're ready to send those criminals to meet their God. And the question you ask is how do you combine these in terms of the speak out from those leaders advising the government. I mean, we can now see that most of the churches are coming out to to say, look, we have become an endangered species. I mean, on Monday we saw the 150 innocent student kidnapped right from the school, Bethlehem School in Kaduna. And just a day after that, we saw, the pastor Pokwala that the Christian Association of Nigeria is the person there. It's not the first time, but it seems everybody is now saying, and I mean, the Christian Association of Nigeria also talked about the unity of Nigeria is really at stake, with so many of these situations happening. Yes, at the moment things might be calm, but the longer people feel that they are being targeted while the terrorists are moving around in the country, then there might be the change of situation as well.
Okay, listeners, it is time already. You a bit of clarification there, but we are still going on. Let me go to my colleague, Mr. Davis, who is also in the house. Frank, good morning to you.
Marching to our listeners, our viewers, whoever they are, like special good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Crystal Palace.
Okay, I hope you are doing well.
I'm doing very well.
Good. Now, a quick one. Yeah. Now, looking at the story where Mr. Olaimi Koiki is talking about the reaction from leaders of the Yoruba people. Yeah. Now, the government also coming, the federal government spokesman coming out to also justify the invasion and saying that they are going to send those people, those evil people, to their God. That means justifying the killing of these two individuals in Sunday Igboho's house and other killings that might be going on. What do you think their reaction is supposed to be?
Actually, let me just say, negotiation, sometimes you put your strongest and the best forward.
Okay.
Try to make a case, and take it from there, and then why you're bad.
Okay.
That is how sometimes it's done.
Okay.
The government thinks that it might be not take that strong booster. So they're encouraging others to rise up.
Okay.
So what they trying to tell you that look, anyone who voice out or anyone who tries to utilize me against what they call the state, you are declared enemy of the state and to say, but that is the first part to see how they are sorry. God, it's not going to happen. But behind the scene, I mean, what you call it, discussions are going on. Now, say what is encouraging is that people within the South are condemning what has happened.
Yeah.
Out of the thousands of people who have a complaint, only one person step forward to make it. Mm-hmm. So the few of Sunday that you see as leading might not even be the leader of what thousands that might be more angry and giving up. Because he is one of the most peaceful ones. Mm-hmm. Others will be angry and you get to be. Others will just decide. I mean, some of these terrorists, when it happens, we understand they get angry with something. Yeah. You look at the US school shooting. Yeah. Some of them they get the one that we saw in Canada. Mm-hmm. But the guy was angry about something. So at the end of the day, in my view, people like Sunday should be seen as a rallying point and government should drop away with them. Mm. Because if they speak and people listen, then you won't want people to watch or whatever. Yeah. But if you declare them enemy of the state, invariably, you tell them following their enemies as well. Yeah. And their followers. Yeah. Now, what again you are saying is that, well, I mean, I give anyone who wants to write or anyone who share the news of Sunday, they are declared criminal. Yeah. And the fact that someone are going to take the stronger view that is okay, you know what? Then kill us. Kill all of us. So imagine, I think the government will have to be more proactive towards this. Okay. The killings not justified. Not justified. Not at any like that. Not justified at all. Someone say, oh, but these are terrorists, these are civilians. No, we don't.
But what a lot of is those bodies needs to be brought back so that forensic can be done on them, and then they can get a proper burial right.
Guys, this is the body. The body is up. The body.
Back here from I think you know how many people were in the